hard work. It's still good, still enjoying it, but every now and then I just need to just grab 10 minutes, not slept properly in a week. If you're not quick, like the professionals are, you get about 2 hours sleep a night, if that, and then you grab 10 minutes here and there. By the end of the week it just grabs you and it really takes its toll. It's definitely a brutal race. I don't want to quit until I've broken myself or I'm out of time. It's literally just keep going, keep going. I'll get there if the time allows.
High moments and low moments. Finish line's the next stop.
Bad night last night. It was the going underfoot was very heavy and very muddy, and I'd lost a filling as well in my tooth. It was very, very painful. But anyway, got it sorted this morning, got it filled, and yeah, feeling all right. Sun shines out. Just try and get to the finish now, Yeah.
When you get really tired and you can't work out which way to go, and you're in the middle of a bog, you can't divvy down and sleep, and your brain just doesn't work. It's like you're drunk drivers.
Yeah.
You know that they're watching your tracker going, I think we're going to go and grab him. He's going around in circles. Just complete brain fog when you're slow sleep deprived.
It's come around surprisingly quickly actually, getting to the last leg. Really tired but very excited that it feels quite close now.
I want to finish in good condition. I want to enjoy the last part of the Cheviot and see things. I don't want to be there all the way in the daylight or all the way in the dark. Yeah, I want to see things, I want to experience it, so it's good.
I think it's the beauty of working in a team is that you do pick each other up when the other one's a bit low, don't you?
Yeah, definitely.
We tend to dip and rise at different times, and it just works nicely.
I think it does. Yeah.
And you love your company, Colin.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm funny as well. That would
You are funny. It's nice when you find your people on a race like this, and it just lifelong friends.
Yes, I think so.
Until we get to Kurt yet again.
Who? Amber? Never heard of it.
No two races are the same. I love them all. This has been really interesting underfoot. It's been really interesting with the weather not being at all what we anticipated as well. It all makes the event just that much more fun. I love it. I could make it in time for last orders if I was really, really hammering it, but there's a risk I wouldn't. So instead of making it for last orders, my pack is bigger than any other day this week because I packed my sleeping bag in there as well. My plan is to stay out on the trail, sleep at a couple of different locations, enjoy the Cheviots for everything it can offer me, and then rock up in time for first orders.
Drink just in case my wife's watching it. She's always saying, are you drinking? Are you drinking?
But I haven't quite mentioned to my wife that we escorted a guy off the tops with hypothermia. I walked past someone who had a broken leg and someone with a broken wrist. I don't think that that's necessary news at this point.
We're away from civilization now. Just the Cheviots to go. So excited, it's brilliant. Had everything. Awful weather at the start, fantastic weather now, meeting great people. It's been brilliant. Ready for the end, but I'm going to enjoy it.
It's important to have good friends on the road and to keep on going together, look after each other. And you can always go further than you think. We've been going since CP2, I guess, together. It works out really well. For me the hardest, it's the wet feet, honestly. Pain of the blisters and the soreness of your toes.
Feet are a bit sore, but other than that, sleep's a bit of an issue, or lack of it. I keep having little power naps, you know, but when you sign up I think you have to You have to know you can do it and give it your best shot, really. I think quite a lot of it is mental. Normally I just try and look up and, you know, just look at the surroundings, not think about sore feet. Obviously I've got sore feet. You know, I've done 250 miles. Just try not to think about the negatives and appreciate what you're actually doing.
I am so tired. Not like muscles wise fine, but so I haven't slept and I'm really confused. Every so often I'm not quite sure what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying really hard to remember what I'm trying to do. So I'm just following my watch, which is awful. I just don't want to go wrong. It'd be easier if there were people, but you don't see anybody. So you look back, nobody, you look that way, nobody. And then you confused me for a while. I was like, who is this person? What are they doing? Ah, it's fine. It's a real struggle. Oh my God, I've never been this tired, ever.
I want to get it done. These last few miles are just taking forever. But in a way, I think we'll be sad that it's finished, won't we, Chris?
Yeah.
When it's a week of your life doing one thing and it sort of becomes everything, and to finish it will be a bit sad. But I'm looking forward to a pint at the end.
Well, it's my second time, so I think I've capitalised on mistakes that I've made the first time, which is good. Certainly faster. Great to run with my running mate Nick. I know in about a week's time I'll look back and I'll be missing everything, so that's just the way it is. In a sick kind of way. It's long-term pain management. That's what it's all about, I think. It's a strategy to reduce the pain, and then when the pain does come, which inevitably it always does, it's dealing with it. It comes in a form of prickly feet or feeling nauseous or tired, and it's just being able to deal with it, really. Yeah, I'm in a lot of pain, but it's managed.
You get to a point where you think you're getting so tired you're just stumbling, and you don't want to then race end by stumbling and falling over.
Falling in the river at Coldon Snout, that was a high point for me, and I just lost my balance, slowly tumbled over onto the bank, and I rolled into the river down the grassy bank, whammed up against a boulder which stopped me actually going right under, and I was lying there like on my back, like thinking I'm quite wet, and then I realised one of my shoes was floating off, and I thought I'm gonna have to ring in for a rescue because I've only got one shoe. I like lunged for it in the water and grabbed it, got out and just like drip dried it, and it took till Hike Up Nick to actually stop dripping. So yeah, that was a high point.
Good evening from the very top of the Pennine Way. You join me once again at the end of a day of celebrations. And that day, oddly, started last night, just before 11 p.m, when John Boothman crossed the line as the third man in the Montane Summer Spine Race. Now, John Boothman's no stranger to the spine race. He is well known and well loved behind the scenes. He's finished the full winter race 4 times. This was his second time crossing the line in the summer event, but the first time he got onto the podium. He ran a clever race. He stuck to his own pace. He was clever in his decision making. He drew on all of that experience to make the right decisions all along the course. And as we've seen time and time again, that approach pays off in an expedition style race like this. That third position was well deserved. He said it felt like a win. And I've got to tell you, it felt like a win to us as well. Congratulations, John. And just before 11 a.m. this morning, Sue Straw crossed the line as the winner of the Montane Summer Spine Race. This has been a long journey for Sue, and I don't just mean the 268 miles she had to cover to get here this week. If you go back to 2021, Sue Straw was one of 3 women who were joint winners of the Montane Summer Spine Sprint. She then returned in 2022 and completed the Summer Spine Challenger South. She returned again in 2023 and completed the full Summer Spine Race. She's returned again this year, completed that race once again, only this time she's crossed the line as the first woman. An outstanding performance from her from start to finish, and I mean campaign from 2021 right through to now. And over the next few hours, the second and third women in that race are going to cross this line as well. Rachel Price is in the area of Hut 2 just at the moment, and between Hut 1 and 2 up in the Cheviot Hills is Lynn Davies Salstrom in third. Those Cheviot Hills have been the setting for a lot of drama today. A lot of the bulk of the pack of the spine race have been passing through there over the course of the day. It's exposed, it's been windy, the temperatures haven't been as high as yesterday, which is no fun at all when you're as tired as these runners are. Once again, yes, we've been having a party up here at the finish line, but we are all pinned to that tracking system with our eyes on the runners at the back of the pack. Sadly, over the course of the day today, a couple of the runners furthest down the course have fallen away and joined the growing list of retirees, and that's a long list. Those terrible trail conditions earlier in the week have turned the feet of many of these runners to mush, and as the miles have accumulated and the fatigue has set in, they have one by one fallen away from the race. Of the 109 who were entered into the full Montane Summer Spine Race, 59 have retired at the time of recording. Now, there was a cut-off this evening at 6 p.m. at Checkpoint 5 in Bellingham. There were 4 runners who left just a couple of minutes before that cut-off. They'd had very little time to rest and reset, having not got there far before that final time. That makes things harder. That means they haven't had as much sleep as everybody else. That means they're more exposed to the elements for longer periods of time. So keep willing those dots forward, please, just as we will be here. We will be waiting for them with a medal ready to put around their neck, because their achievement is just as titanic as the achievements of the runners who come up here at the front end of the pack. I'm going to head back in there and put the kettle on and wait for them. I'll see you tomorrow. Keep watching those dots.